Howdy everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Today I decided to create some wall art. So I went and I picked up some acrylic paints and some canvas to create a kind of a beachy surf and sand type of artwork. Alright, so some time ago I was in the Dollar Tree and I noticed that they have now the $3 and $5 items. And they have these stretched canvases. They have them in different sizes. This is a 16 by 20 and it is a $3 canvas. Now I picked up 3 of them. Went into Michael's and they had some acrylic paints. These are just regular craft paints. And I grabbed these and these are the colors that I want. And I thought it was pretty neat that they had this package and it was $2.99 and you got 4 bottles. So they're obviously less than $1 each, which I thought was really good. Let me go ahead and pop one open so I can tell you what the colors are in the package. Now, you could buy these separately, but I bought this package. I thought it was a good deal. Mediterranean blue, perfect. Pool blue, perfect. Wow, the names are just perfect for what I want. A pale blue, and then we have this ocean breeze. So, wow. Okay, so this turned out perfect for my project. So I wanted something that had a sandy color, and I picked up this golden brown. This is Craft Smart. I had never seen this brand before. This is at Michael's again. Now I wanted to give my painting some texture to it. I wanted it to be able to feel it, you know, to get your hands on it and feel it. I wanted to look for the sand, and I found this. This is decorative filler, and it is a very sandy kind of a material. And that's probably what it is. This was $3.99. It wasn't exactly cheap, but it wasn't expensive. And I really liked the kind of like the look of it. Let me pop it open here. It is a glimmery, shimmery, I don't know how else to put it, sand. And it feels so nice. It's such a beautiful color. I don't know if you can see that in my palm of my hand there. But anyway, so I grabbed that, but I wanted something still with a little bit more texture, a little more substance. I thought I would use, you know, the packing styrofoam, you know, that white packing styrofoam that you could just break into it and it just falls into little pieces. That's something that I still want to use, and I have that nearby me, so I'll pull that out in a moment. And then I got this other decorative filler, and this is a little tiny little white pebbles. This is also $3.99. They have like little rocks and other colors of little stones and things, and the prices kind of went up and down, but $3.99 was the least expensive, and these two were $3.99. I did find some glitters because I want to give it a little bit of a glitter effect to it, and I saw this one. I wanted something for the sand, you know, to give some glitter to the sand, or a little bit more, you know, that you would be able to see it, you know, some reflection. And I found this one. I got these also at Michael's. I don't recall. They may have been $2.99 or $3.99 a container, which is, you know, kind of up there for this amount of glitter, but it's beautiful. It's called Champagne, and it is from Recollections, the little brand on there, so you can see that right there. And it is a, let's see, I'm looking at the time here. This is a 1.5 ounce, and I got this one in this kind of shimmery white. This one is called Glitz. Look at that. All right, so grab that. I also grabbed a big bottle of some white paint. Typically what you would buy is some gesso or gesso, however you want to pronounce it, but I would buy gesso to prime my canvas first before I start painting. But I'm going to go ahead and just use some white paint. It was really cheap. I think it was like another $3 for this. This is a 8-ounce bottle of white paint. I have some more white paint here that I think I'll start off with, just to use that up first, that I still have. This is from Americana, and I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. And I do have some other paints over here to the side. I'm not even going to go into them because I don't know if I'm going to use them. But if I do use them, I'll let you know what color or whatever I used. And I did buy some more Mod Podge because I am going to give it a gloss. I want to give it a gloss finish. Not only that, but I want to make sure everything is sealed very well. And like I mentioned, the little styrofoam bits. Let me go ahead and grab that. All right, so this is the styrofoam that I'm talking about. You typically get these like in packaging. So if you break these, you tend to get all these little balls, just, you know, kind of like snow, just falling everywhere. And I can just do this, and I don't know if you can see that it's snowing, the little ball. See that right there? You can see that. All right, so this is kind of what I thought I would use. in my painting also to add some texture. So we'll see how that works, and I'll show you what I do. Now I've got an assortment of brushes that I'm going to pull out. You know, that's just up to you what kind of brushes you want to use, but I'll show you what I'm going to be using in a moment. I do have these puppy pads. I got them at the Dollar Tree to put underneath so I can start painting. I've got my apron to cover myself because, you know what, I don't want to get paint on my blouse. I wore this little kind of a stripes, nautical kind of a themed blouse for my video. All right, so everyone, so let's get to crafting. And I do have some water here because I'll need some water. It's acrylic paints. I'm going to need some of that. Obviously to clean my brushes and such. And I've got some napkins here to wipe away anything that I need to just wipe. Okay, so I'm going to use whatever little bit of paint there is left in this particular container here, and I'm just going to put, I'm going to be working on them simultaneously, so that's why I have them laid out like this rather than doing one painting and then doing the other. So whatever I do to one, I'll do to the other and so forth, but I'm not going to do the exact thing. I kind of want to do like a surf kind of coming into the sand, so I want to work like from here going that way, but I do want to have some of the whatever little bit of sand over here, a little tiny bit, just so that they all have a little bit of the same products. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and just kind of get some of this white paint spread out all over. You can use a little bit of water to help, you know, spread it out. By the way, I do have my little fan on, so you might be hearing that in the background. It's off to the side here, but I need it because I'm really, really hot. Now, I do like to paint the sides of my canvas as well. You don't have to do that. I'm just going to add a little bit of that white also, obviously all over. So this is all I'm doing, is adding this on. And I will do that to all three, and I'll be back once I've got this all covered with some white. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and start adding some of the what I want to use as my sand, which is this golden brown. And I'm not even going to clean my brush because I do want some lightness to it. So I'm actually going to add a little bit of white to that, and I'm just going to do it on the canvas. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this white down here where I think I want my sand to be, and then a little bit down here, and a bit here, and here. Okay? Kind of glopping it on a little bit there. I'm just going to go across like that, and a little bit like that, and like that. Okay, so now I'm going to glop this one. I mean, you could put it on a palette and pick it up with your brush if you want. This is just the way that I decided to do it. And I'm trying to work as fast as I can because it is acrylic paint and it does dry fast. So we're going to start blending that in with the white, just like that. Blend that, get that in there. Some of it on the edges. Like I said, you don't have to. I don't mind it on the edges, so kind of like that. Kind of wraps it around, and from what I recall, I believe that is called a French wrap. So let me get this up here. Let me look at the side here. Just kind of get that on there. Not only that, but you know, you get globs of paint on the sides and you just want to wipe them off. And might as well add them to your painting. And they don't have to be perfect because I'm not actually going to do the effects that I want on the top, on the side, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Clean off my brush by spreading this on here like that. We're going to put more colors on top of that. Alright, so I want to go ahead and still keep my brush how it is because I do want the paints to sort of ombre into each other. So I'm just cleaning off whatever I might still have on my brush here. There we go. So I'm going to start off with my lightest, my lightest blue, a little greenish one here. Let's see, I have 3 tones. Let me grab those. There was Ocean Breeze, Pool Blue, Pale Blue, and then of course there was this Mediterranean. So let's start off with this kind of green. And I'm going to do like, I think, let's get this right here, more aligned with it. I already got a little dot of it up here, but that's okay. So let's start this way. Let's do about right here. Like that. And then like that. Okay? So let's just add that. Now that I know where I want it, a little more confident with that. Okay. And just, again, brush it and blend it in. Okay, let's do this one. Get that liner so it doesn't dry on us. Okay, so I'm going to continue blending this in. And I'm probably going to add a little bit more of that green over here. So then we'll work to the next color. I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to go to the next color, which is this beautiful pale blue. I'll start over here. This we're working in the water now. Again, blend it in into the other colors. We're not going to cover too much this little area here because we want that green to kind of show through. So we'll work our way upward. Are you getting that beach, ocean, waves vibe yet? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling that little wave coming in? Look at that. I'm feeling it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling it. All right, so we're going to work our way to now kind of a darker blue here. I love this color of blue. This is that pool blue. So I'm going to work a little bit more of it. I really love that color. This is how I get it to be like, oh, kind of, you know, like it's working its way into this other canvas, you know what I mean? Like just a bit of wall space is going to separate that effect. Okay, so I went ahead and I worked it all the way to the corner up here. I really, really like it. Alright, so now I'm going to start using, I was using pale blue, sorry. I was using pale blue and I'm going to use the pool blue. I almost feel like maybe that is what I was pouring on here this whole time. No, it's a little bit darker, I think. I'm not sure the difference between those two. Just kind of work it back and forth. Make little happy waves. They're pretty hysterical. Happy waves. You know, just to use a different word. Mine are hysterical. Okay, let's go ahead and get this on here. So pretty. I love this color as well. Alright, so now we're going to work in this Mediterranean blue. Let's put it right here in the corner. Let's move these paints out of the way, these bottles. I love it. Blend it in with that other blue. Get some of that color off now. Blend it in. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Beautiful. Love this blue. Oh my gosh. Jeez, I think I've said that with every blue. So I'm just kind of like dipping it like this because it's bringing out a little bit of the white underneath. Okay. And then just blend it in. I feel like I want it to be like a tad darker in this corner. I almost feel that way, but am I going to do that? That looks good to me. To me it does. So I hope it looks good to you. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of dark here. I don't have a darker blue, but I do have a little bit of black. So I'm going to put a little dot right there in the corner. Come on, little tiny dot. Come on. Now, black always makes everything look really dull, so be very careful about it. Now, this is a brand new pen. I just popped it open. Hello? Let's do this, you guys, because it's not coming out for whatever. It's really thick in there. I just bought this. Folk Art Superior Covering. This color is called Licorice. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick it up from here instead. I just do this, and if it's too darkish, what we do is we let it dry and then come in with our lighter colors. Okay, so yeah, come liking it a little bit there, a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get that in there, and then pick up the rest of it and just kind of a little edge here. Kind of made it look a little bit gray, but that's okay. I like it. I'm okay with it. Okay. It's just a deeper ocean over here. You know what I mean? You know, the deeper beach area. Okay, so that's what that canvas is looking like. Our middle canvas, and of course I'll bring the cameras to see the whole thing because I'm seeing some places where I kind of missed. So I'll just go ahead and touch that up, and I'll be back. Alright everyone, this is what I've got so far going on. I've gone ahead and I retouched it because I had that black over here in this corner, like to give it a little bit of darkness, but you know, every time your acrylic paints dry, they're going to dry darker, and of course, you know, any paint really does that. So it felt to me like it was way too dark over here. I didn't like the tone, so I decided to just go over, and of course, once I started going over that, I ended up doing the whole thing all over again, and I've just gone over and over, and I finally told myself, you know, stop. Okay, so what I want to do now is, I had done a little bit of white here on the edge to kind of give that little bit of a, what is that? What is the word that I'm trying to find here? The surf, you know, the splashes of white of the surf and the bubbles, you know, and the form. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of paint on a clean brush. By the way, my brushes were wet to do this because you need wet brushes to make sure the paint spreads nicely. Okay, so this brush is not too wet now. It's been sitting there for a while, so it's dried up a little bit. So I can go ahead and do this little stippling thing that I'm going to do. So I'm picking up some of the white, and then I'm just going to stipple it here and there on the little edge here, kind of the sand and the water kind of effect here. Just do that. Now I'm going to do some more texturing on top of that. So this is just a base underneath here. Now whatever I do texturing on my canvas, I'm not going to do it to the sides, even though I was wrapping the paint around the edges, you know, of the canvas. I'm not going to do that with the textures or the sand and things that I want to add. Just the color, the paint. So I'm just adding a base of white underneath. Let me get a little bit more. These puppy pads are full of paint now because I've been wiping my brushes and such on. This one right here was already used before, so it's getting all torn up everywhere. So I feel like I'm creating a bigger mess than I should be. Okay, so a little bit of white from the surf. Okay, so we want some of that, you know, in other areas. So I'm going to do this here as well, where kind of the colors sort of change. Just a little bit, not too much. Little touches here and there, and the rest of it, especially right here, because I feel like this is a kind of a wave that came in right here. So we want to go ahead, and I'm carrying the little spackling or whatever you want to call this, from one canvas to the other like that. So you just want to do that. Okay, let me go ahead and pour some more white and continue my little pouncing. Giving the illusion that the wave is doing like a little bit of curving right here, and some other areas as well, like over here. So you want to bring this downward a little bit, or actually, as you're looking at it, you're moving upward. This is actually the top of my canvas, and that'll be the bottom. But I'm working upside down so that you can see what I'm doing. Oh, just put my hand all over the little bit of paint that I have here. Oh well, story of my life. Okay, and not all the paint is completely dry here, so when I am doing this tapping on it, I am picking up some of the other colors, and I've noticed that I've transferred them over here. I don't mind that. I kind of like that. Alright, let's do just a little bit up here. Okay, because it comes in like that, and it does that over here as well a little bit. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to get that, what was it, the styrofoam? And I want to break it up. I have a little cup here somewhere. Let me go ahead and get that. All right, let's do this. I have this little container where I had some white paint before. I don't know if it sealed well and kept it dry, but I mean kept it wet. Let's see. Well, yes it did. Okay, so I'm just going to get that paint from here and pour that in there. Okay, so I'm going to get that styrofoam, break it up into little pieces, and I'm going to pour it into that white paint to create that, you know, little effect that I want for the texture that I've been telling you about. So just start scraping some of these little balls and try not to have the fan on while you're doing this. This is what I have the fan on, by the way. I think I mentioned the fan in the background. So I want to add a ton of this into my white paint so that when I pick it up, I'll have that little texture and I'll have those little balls. But I think I'm going to do this with a little knife rather than a little scapuling type of, what is the word? I don't even know. Spatula. I'm going to use a little spatula to do this. I'm not going to use the brush, I don't think. So anyway, but I'm going to try and get as many of these without putting any hairs in there into my little paint. And I'll be back with that. Now also, I need to clean my brushes because I do want to put some of that sand texture down at the bottom, and I want that under there before I put any of those little white bits of surf, you know, the foam. All right, so let me go ahead and close this down. I'll be back with clean brushes and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing this little area. So I've got my Mod Podge open, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and actually pour it onto something, but I'm just going to do it like this for now. So we're going to pour it onto, or get it onto our brush, and then just get it on that tan part. Like I said, I don't have to worry about the sides. I'm just going to worry about, you know, this upper part of my canvas. So I'm just going to get Mod Podge all over it and into the white. That's okay. We're not going to worry about that too much. That's just my little guide as to where I want to put that little styrofoam texture white foam. Okay, so we're going to put this on here like that. And just get it everywhere, okay? Let's pour it on here. Maybe that'll make it easier on me. Okay, there we go. And I got a gloss because I feel like after I'm done with all this, I'm going to go over it with a Mod Podge to basically seal everything in and make sure, you know, nothing comes off. So let's get that in there. Okay. Now I'm just going to work. I'm going to turn off my fan because I don't want the sand blowing everywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little sand and just sprinkle like that. Just sprinkle it everywhere like you would glitter. You want to get that texture, you know? And I'm going to shake it off. So just get whatever amount you want on it. While I'm at it, I'm going to grab some of this glitter. This is that champagne. I was going to pour it on my hand, but I think it's going to make a mess. So I'm just going to get it on there like that. Just work it in there with the sand. And see what will stick. Move it around so you don't get these like lines of glitter. Okay. So I'm moving the sand around onto the Mod Podge. Now the sand did have a little bit of a sparkle to it. Can you see that if I move it around like that against the light at the top? You see that? Okay. I thought it was really pretty. Now I'm kind of almost like completely covering this. Well, not kind of. I am basically completely covering it. I'm just adding a little bit more Mod Podge here on the edge here. Get that sand all the way. Let's try to do as professional a job as we can. Let's move these out of the way now. And now I'm going to shake it off. Okay. All right. Anywhere that I feel like I missed a spot, I'll just add a little bit more Mod Podge. That little spots there, right there. And I feel like this little corner didn't really get enough. And right here. Okay, so let's get more of that sand. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There we go. And then a little bit of glitter. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And I'm just pushing it in. That's all I'm doing. And Shake off the excess, and we're gonna let that dry. I'll move on to the next canvas, do the bottom of that as well. And then I just have a little tiny corner on this one to do. So let's get to it, and I shall be back once all three of them are finished. All right, everyone, so I decided to test it out before I decided if I was gonna like this or not. Of course, once I got it on here, I'm either gonna scrape it off and repaint everything, or just say, okay, I give up on this project. But I'm really liking this. I'm sure when it dries, it'll look a little bit better. Now, this is as good as it's gonna get, actually. It's not even gonna look really any better. This is gonna be the product. But anyway, I went ahead and I told you I was gonna do white paint, and then those little speckles of the little foam. Now the little speckles of little foam, oh my God, they go everywhere. Even if I have the fan off, they were just flying. Static and all kinds of stuff was happening, but I was still trying to get some in there. And I also decided to add some Mod Podge because I felt like the paint wasn't going to be enough to maybe help them dry and stick on there. Like I felt like they might come off, you know, just kind of flick them off. So I decided to put some Mod Podge in there. Okay, so now I've been putting it on there, and then of course I remember that I also had these little white pebbly things, and of course I've got my glitter. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a little palette knife here, and then I'm just kind of you know, pouring this on here like that on these little areas where I've got, you know, like thicker area. Of course I'll put more, and I'll just mix some more if I need. Obviously I'm going to need some more for my other canvases. I have 3 of them to work on. Now you saw that right there. We're going to let that go. We're going to let it go, and we're just going to kind of connect it by adding some of this here so it doesn't look like it's just some rogue dot, okay? And anything else, don't try to wipe it off. If a little something falls on there, leave it and just come back later. And if you have to just kind of scrape it off, do that and paint over it. You know, touch up the spot. That's good. Now remember, this has paint in it, so I'm probably going to get some of it, you know, little speckles here and there, especially since I'm kind of banging this. Okay, so there. See, I had that one fall there. We're not going to worry about it, okay? So we're just going to keep working. I'm not going to move it out of there. I'm going to let that dry, and then maybe hopefully just kind of scrape it off, or just kind of create another little speckle. Now, as I'm doing this, you'll see that another little speckle there fell. Okay, we're going to work with that one and just kind of do this to it. And I'm going to work with that one and build another little area here with some of this stuff. I love it, you guys. I really do. Now, to create that, underneath it, I had these little bit of what is it, the white. So let's get that on the brush, and then just kind of like, and just do that so that now it's like, okay, it's supposed to be there, you know. Just do that, just little bits, just little dots here and there, just to kind of match it up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that on all of it because I like the little dots now more than the little smears that I had before. So I'll just touch it all up like so. Okay, so now that I've done this so far, I'll go ahead and do the rest of it, of course, and because I've got more to do on the bottom parts down here, and then of course I've got the other 3 canvases, but you get the idea of what I'm doing. And I'm using this little palette knife, you know, to pick up, and the best thing to do is just grab some on that little tip and then just get that on there, okay? And just be patient, you know, just work it in, make your little suds of your what is this again? I can't think, you guys. You know what I said earlier. Okay, so let me stop right there. And then I'm going to take these little white pebbles, the little tiny little bits there. Can you see that? And you don't have to do this, of course. You can just add like maybe some white sand instead of the tan one in the bottom, and that'll give it, you know, more texture. So I'm adding this to all these little parts, and I'll just shake it off later. But just add some on there. Sprinkle as much as you want. There's little, but I like a lot. I really like it a lot. I love the effect, so I'm putting it on there like really good. Okay, so then I'm going to get, of course, my little glitz glitter and sprinkle that on top. There we go. That's working out real good and looking really pretty. That's just so that those globs of paint that are falling on there just don't look like just big old white globs of paint. They'll have some sparkle to them. Now, if you don't like sparkle, of course, don't put it on there. But, you know, I think it looks really nice. If you just like it white, you like things just to be, you know, simple. I'm basically a simple girl. I'm not much of a sparkly, you know, glittery kind of you know, stuff, but this isn't going to be for me. This is for a gift, and I think it looks really great. I've seen the other works that have been done like this with glitter, and I really like it. The other thing that I think would be great is if you don't put the little stones or the glitter, it would be nice to get some gold leafing and maybe a little bits here and there. Why not? They do have silver leafing also. You could do that as well. Like just little tiny little pieces of it. Okay, so I'm going to finish this one off here. So any little accidents, remember, they become happy little accidents. Okay, so now some little stones right here. And I'm barely using this product, so I'm so happy with it because I'm going to be able to use it for some other projects. Okay, so the glitter as well. Get that on there, make it nice and pretty. All right. And then we can shake it all off. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Excuse the back of the canvas here. There we go. Look how pretty that looks. I love it, you guys. I don't know how you think, but here's a little sand I did in the corner. But I don't know what you think of it, but I love it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and also do it right here on the edge of the corner here over the sand. So that's going to give that other contrast between not only with the blues and a little bit of green, but the sand color. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue doing the rest of these, and we'll see if it needs anything else or if that's it, you guys. So I'll be right back. All right, everyone. So here is my finished work of art. And I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest with you. I was liking it to start with, and I'm not sure that I do. I was hating it somewhere, you know, in the middle of my afternoon. And I asked some of you that I had a project. You know, I had asked you that, what do you think? Should I just forget about it and not post something that I'm not happy about because you don't want to see trash? Or should I just go ahead and post it and give you all a good laugh? So I think, I don't know what the voting is. I know earlier it was an overwhelming 4 votes of yes, post your video. So I'm going to go ahead and post it regardless. I think it's still, you know, a good kind of a little project to go ahead and post, even though, you know, it maybe didn't really turn out the way I kind of envisioned it. But I feel like with a few more little touches, like maybe if I try to, I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm going to give myself a big old kind of wavy thumbs up because, you know, this is a shoreline with a nice little waves coming in here, a little break of waves here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So I hope you give me a big old thumbs up. Just, you know, for trying, you know, just for posting a video. What the heck, right? Just say, yay, you posted a video. It might not be what we wanted to see, but you posted a video. You're alive. And so thank you all very much. So anyway, if you enjoyed this in any way and you feel like you want to watch more videos, and I do have some other videos that I'm really proud of. So if you look at through my channel, you'll see some other videos that you can look through, and please subscribe. So hit that red button, and then you want to hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I upload my videos, whether I'm happy about them or not. So there we go, everyone. So also, please leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you think of my artwork. That's it, everyone. Please share on your social medias, and as always, enjoy.